Hi, hello, welcome back to Sri's channel. I am with class 6 ncert textbook first lesson. Okay. Who did Patrick's homework? Patrick was a boy. Someone did his homework. Let us see who was that. Before going into the lesson, let me ask you one question. Are you interested in doing work? Obviously not. Whatever the age may be, right? Especially if the question is asked to a little child, he will be answering without a gap. Yes, what will be his answer? He wants to play. He will be interested in playing, right, rather than doing homework. Yes, if suppose there is a person who can do our homework, wow, what a great idea, right? If someone is there to do our homework or especially our works, then we can enjoy more. Am I right? So in this lesson also, Patrick will be finding an alternative to do his homeworks. Let us see. Before we going to the lesson, we have got a small paragraph. Before you read, discuss in class. You are asked to discuss. Do you like homework? Do you do it yourself or do you get help? What homework do you usually have? So we are asked here 3 questions. That is, do you like doing homework? Obviously no. Yes, everyone will say no. Am I right? Do you do it yourself or do you get help? For this question, the answer will be in number of ways, right? If there is an option, we will be using that option. Like little children, when they are asked to do homework, what do they do? They ask the help of their parents or their elder brothers or sisters, right? Mommy, please, mommy, help me in doing this, mommy. They will ask. Am I right? And what the homework usually they have? Class works. Am I right? So now let us go into the lesson. First paragraph. Here I am giving page wise hard words. Okay, so these are the hard words which you come across them for the first time in this lesson. Okay, so first paragraph. Patrick never did his homework. Too boring, he said. He played hockey and basketball and Nintendo instead. His teachers told him, Patrick, do your homework or you won't learn a thing. And it's true, sometimes he did feel like an ignoramus. But what could he do? He hated homework. So, here two new words we got it. In Nintendo, ignoramus. Nintendo meaning is a video game. Ignoramus means an ignorant person who lacks education. An ignorant person who doesn't know because he doesn't have any education. Now, Patrick was a boy who could never do his homework, who never interested in doing his homework. He says, too boring. This is direct speech, direct quotation because it was said by Patrick. He played hockey, basketball, Nintendo. These are the three favorite games of him who used to play instead of reading. He used to play these 3, and always the teachers, being well wishers, will be guiding him, will be alerting him. His teachers told him, Patrick, do your homework or you won't learn anything. His teachers alerted him, Patrick, my boy, if you don't read, you won't learn anything. You will know nothing. See, this is an imperative sentence because it is an advice, right? Imperative sentences also will be having exclamatory mark. Please don't redirect yourself by seeing this exclamatory mark. Do your homework. It is an advice. And it's true. Sometimes, yes, what his teachers said was always right because what teachers told him, he won't be learning anything if he won't read. And it's true, sometimes he did feel like an ignoramus, an ignorant person who knows nothing. So when you don't read, you won't know and you will be an ignoramus. But what could he do? He hated homework. But what can he do? He hated homework. He hated doing work. He hated doing something by reading like or writing something which is work, he hates it. If it is games, if it is enjoyment, he loves that. What can he do? So now the second paragraph. Then one day he found his cat playing with a little doll and he grabbed it away. Grabbed means take. See, this is pencil, right? Grabbing. Grabbing means taking by force. Taking by force is called grabbing. To his surprise, what is the another word for surprise? Shock. So it wasn't a doll. So what happened? One day his cat was playing with a little doll and he grabbed it away. He found that his cat was playing with some doll and he grabbed it away. He took it with force. To his surprise, it was not a doll. He was shocked because it was not a doll. What was that? Doll at all, but a man of the tiniest size. Tiniest, it is superlative degree. It means almost small than anyone. So tiniest size, you can see the cat. So this cat was playing with this doll. He thought that it was a doll, but it was not a doll. What was it? It was a man of tiniest size. You can see the size, smaller than a cat. He had a little wool shirt with old-fashioned breeches and a high tall hat much like a witch. So this sentence describes the attire of the tiniest man. How was he? He was very tiny and he was having a little wool shirt with old-fashioned is old style breeches. Breeches, like you can see the bells. I think you can. Recently, you have seen Triblar movie, right? In that movie, the hero will be wearing a type of this attire. A type of this attire you might have seen in the song Natu, right? So breeches, nothing but the bells like. So you can see here the breeches meaning breeches are short trousers. Trousers are nothing but pants. The writer here spells it for fun to rhyme with the word with which. So here the writer used it as rhyming word with which. And he has a high tall hat. You can see like a cone, tall hat, and with which he will be looking like a witch. Witch means a woman with people with evil parts. Okay. He yelled. Yelled means cried. Crying. Save me! Don't give me back to that cat. I'll grant you a wish. I promise you that. So what did he say? This again were direct speech because he said himself directly. He said by himself to Patrick. What did he say? Save me! Please, save me! Don't give me back to that cat. Please do not give me back. I'll grant you a wish. Grant is permit or allow you or give you. Give you a wish. Wish is desire. Right? I promise you that. I also promise you. So now third paragraph. Patrick couldn't believe how lucky he was. Here was the answer to all of his problems. So he said, only if you do all my homework till the end of the semester, that's 35 days. If you do a good enough job, I could even get A's. So immediately Patrick's evil mind got a thought, an idea. What was that? He couldn't believe how lucky he was. An exclamatory sentence. He couldn't believe how lucky he was because he was searching for a person to do his homework, and here was the solution for his problem. Here was the answer to all of the problems. What are the problems? Reading. Because if he don't read, his teachers won't leave, his parents won't leave. They will be asking always, read. Now he got a solution. What was that? He gave an agreement to this elf. What was that? Only if he does his homework, that is till the end of semester, which is 35 days. For 35 days, if he help him to do homework, then he will be leaving him. And moreover, if he could do good enough job, he will even get a grade, right? So now let us see the fourth paragraph. The little man's face wrinkled like a dishcloth thrown in the hamper. He kicked his legs and doubled his fists, and he grimaced and scowled and pursed his lips. Oh, I'm cursed. But what will I do? It? So now what happened? To the agreement given by this Patrick, little man's face wrinkled. Wrinkled is lines. You might have seen when we laugh, we get wrinkles on our face. Age-old people will be having wrinkles. So the little man's face wrinkled, lined, like a dishcloth. Dishcloth meaning here a cloth used for washing dishes. Have you seen your mother washing any dishes with a cloth? Will it be like an ironed one, stiff? No, it will be of in many shapes and size and lines, right? So that is dishcloth. Hamper is a basket with lid. A dishcloth which was thrown in a hamper, that many lines. He hated that option. So who was that he? Elf. Elf hated that option of doing homework. So, but he can't say. If he says no, Patrick will be leaving him and he will be a biryani for that cat that he don't want, right? So he kicked his legs, kicked his legs, doubled his fist like this. Doubled his fist. This is called fist. He doubled his. He grimaced. Grimaced means ugly, and scowled. Scowled is frown and angry. Frown is 4 lines when you get angry on your forehead will appear, right? Those are called scowled. And pursed his lips. Pursed is he started biting his lips. Oh, I'm cursed. An exclamatory sentence. But I'll do it because he has no option, right? Cursed means punished. Remaining part of the lesson will be continued in next video. Thank you.